Hey hackers, welcome back. With me is Pranav from Polygon, Solutions Lead, and he will teach you how to build with Polygon. Hey Pranav,
Hey guys.
good to have you, and I'll give you the stage now.
All
Enjoy.
right. All right, guys. I hope you're excited to learn about Polygon and seeing the great adoption that we have, right? I guess it's definitely overwhelming for us and really heartwarming. And yeah, so let's get started. Let's understand how to build on a second layer scaling solution which does one transactions in blink of a second, does not require or requires very less amount of fees, let's say 0.0000001 dollars. How did we make it possible? How you as a hacker, has a project, as a guy who has his own project on Ethereum and wants to scale, can build it on Polygon. Let's get started. I hope you're excited. If you want, you can follow along, or if I'm going too fast because I have to cover a lot that's happening in the Polygon ecosystem, then what you can do is, after you have completed this video, I'll give you some links. You can try that out in your free time or via recordings and stuff like that. So let's get going. Let me just share my screen. Cool. Okay, so Polygon, Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains. Polygon launched in 2017 with a vision to scale Ethereum. 2017 was the time when everybody realized that Ethereum is a very, potentially very cool project which can actually decentralize the whole way we are interacting, can build the new definition of Web3, and can build this whole new ecosystem where everything is decentralized and stuff like that. And that is the time when all this suffocation in the network started happening, and that's when we realized that it's not that Ethereum cannot scale, or it is not that Ethereum is not good or something like that, but it is just that it needs some kind of toolings, where Chainlink came up with Oracle system, the Graph came up with the indexing system, and similarly Polygon wanted to scale Ethereum. And our first approach in 2017 was via a very famous framework known as Plasma. The founder was a Plasma researcher, and he wanted to make Plasma EVM compatible, make it as such that you're deploying on Ethereum, you don't have to change anything. Similarly, you can deploy on Polygon using the Plasma EVM compatible networks, and we were successful in doing that. That ran really nicely. But eventually, we realized that Plasma has some faults and has some problems of its own, and definitely they require some change. And that is the time when we moved our architecture from just a Plasma chain to a Plasma POS hybrid commit chain. And this infrastructure is very important for us to understand how we actually scale Ethereum and stuff like that. So you have to first of all understand that it's not a bare side chain where just people go ahead and they are just it's a completely new chain with new validators and stuff like that. It's a commit chain. Why? Because you do your executions, or you do your transactions on this Matic chain, right? They are checkpointed and pushed towards Ethereum. A Matic ecosystem has about 100 validators right now. Some of the very well-known validators in the Ethereum ecosystem are a part of our validator ecosystem, and about $1 billion of Matic is logged currently in the ecosystem. But coming back to my point about commit chains and the security of Matic currently in the current infrastructure, is that you do your transactions on the Matic chain, they are checkpointed and pushed towards Ethereum. So you can do your execution on Matic, but you can also validate on Ethereum, right? That gives this particular approach of checkpointing and pushing towards Ethereum, gives us a blazing fast speed while having security and decentralization, right? That's what we had achieved. And yeah, that's how we have been running from 2017. But eventually we had after being in this space, of course, for about 2 to 3 years, we definitely realized there are currently some problem, and we should definitely solve that, being Ethereum lovers. First problem is that no one size fits all scaling solution. There is no one particular solution, let's say the current for example optimistic rollups or ZK rollups or side chains or Plasma, that can actually fit the Ethereum's vision to scale everything and move everything from the internet to the blockchain. That's not possible via one single application. And definitely we need plethora or different platters and dishes of scaling to make things happen. For example, if we have non-fungible tokens, they don't require that much amount of let's say scaling, security and stuff like that. They definitely require scaling. They don't require security in that sense. So what they will do, they can choose something like a sidechain and like XDAI and move their things and put it towards Ethereum. Then we have something like DeFi, which is high value DeFi, that requires a lot of security and a lot of guarantees that only Ethereum can provide. There's something very very compact and something very very secure, definitely a little gas costing, something like optimistic rollups can come in. And similarly some other applications for ZK rollups and stuff like that. So every application, we can make sense that every application can require a different scaling solution, but all of them want to be attested to Ethereum's ecosystem, its security and stuff like that. And that was the first problem, that no one scaling solution fits it all, and we require different platters of scaling solution to make things possible. Second was every ever-changing L2 landscape. Since being in 2017, we also thought that Plasma is going to be the Ethereum's congestion end, and we are not going to face any kind of congestion after Plasma is live and stuff like that. But eventually, we found out that definitely it has some of its problems. And similarly, when these new scaling solutions come up, we are going to, it is very very natural that it is going to have some kind of issues or some kind of problems, which will definitely evolve over time. And that's what we think, that L2 scaling is evolving and it will keep on evolving. We cannot place our bets on one particular scaling solution and say that it will actually boom the network, Ethereum will rock just via this particular scaling solution and stuff like that. And that's why we think we need a platter, and we need lots and lots of scaling solution, and we need a platform to empower that. Third problem was no formalized network that offers multiple solutions. Currently, as I was saying, Optimism Group is providing optimistic rollups. Then we have side chain based things like XDAI. We currently give a commit chain based scaling solution, something like better than side chain, but not that secure like optimistic rollups. Similarly, Starkware teams gives ZKP solutions, and then we have Arbitrum and stuff like that. So there is no one particular platform which can fit it all of them. Like for example, if I have to move if I have to interact with an application which is on optimistic rollups and one on the Polygon, currently I have to go via Ethereum, and that's why the ecosystem will be definitely having problems, because if I have to go via Ethereum, then the gas cost will be there and stuff like that, and we don't want to make that happen. So that's why there is no platform that empowers all these multiple scaling solutions, which are definitely a need and which are the future, where we believe that L2s will be a lot of L2s, and we have a centralized Ethereum in between. And so that's why we need something of a change in the platform in that sense as well. Fourth part, competitor poaching market share of Ethereum. Because of this ecosystem or these some of the problems that we have, there are some kind of competitors. I'm not sure if I want to take the names, but they are trying to poach the market of Ethereum, which is a decentralized, naturally grown ecosystem, and we don't want that to happen, because we are again Ethereum lovers, and we believe that Ethereum will be the final secure commit chain for every side chain that is there, every dApp that is deployed. And we believe that Ethereum is going to be the ultimate chain for for all the dApps. What that means is that dApp will be connected to an L2 depending on what it is. Let's say a gaming dApp, then it will be a sidechain, maybe a DeFi, then it can be a ZKP or a OVM, and at the end, they will be connected to Ethereum's layer 1 because of security guarantees that Ethereum can only provide because of its natural growth of a decentralized platform, right? And that is the reason we came up with a Polygon-based solution, which is a aggregator chain. What that essentially means is that the center, as I was saying, of everything will be Ethereum, more of a Swiss Army knife for Ethereum scaling and infra development. What that essentially means is that all the scaling solutions will be interoperable between one another, and the final layer or the settlement layer will be Ethereum always, right? And so we currently are in a vision to make that happen, that we become something like what people in the community call as the Polkadot for Ethereum, where finality happens on Ethereum itself because of its decentralized and scaling infrastructure, and every other chain is correlated to that and empowering and giving the final results to Ethereum. In that sense, what that means is all the scaling solutions are we are given that platform where every scaling solution where the dApp is deployed are interoperable, can communicate between one another, and eventually they have a security of Ethereum over them. right? And that is the reason we call it the L2 aggregator. We are going to have these two types of chain, one of them being secured by secured chains, which are L2 aggregators, something like ZK rollups, optimistic rollups, shared secured chains, and plasmas. All of them will be around, will be a part of it. And then we have standalone chains. Soon we'll be launching a Polygon SDK, which will give you the power to have your own chain while having the security of Ethereum. And if you launch your own sidechain, definitely there are issues. People don't want to validate, and that's why there are security issues that might occur in the standalone chain that you have. And that's why we are going to give an SDK where the security is handled by the Polygon ecosystem, while you can launch your own sidechain and do things, and do it according to you. So that's the major thing. And the best part about it is all the secured chains, for example, Optimistic, ZK, POS, all of them will, and the standalone chains that you deploy, all of them will be in one part or the other. They will all be interoperable between one another. What that means is that one platform that fits it all, right? And that's what is required currently in the multi-blockchain ecosystem that currently exists. And that's why people call it the Polkadot, but with the security guarantees of Ethereum. Okay, so what is the power that Polygon currently is providing? Again, this is a little older slide. That's why these stats have been, a little tweaked. Now we have about 500, won't say 500, but yeah, definitely more than 200 dApps deployed on Polygon. Small and big, we treat everybody as equal. About more than $1 billion of liquidity, of volume logged on the Polygon chain. About our network is doing lots and lots of transactions, about 300-400k transactions per day. Most of our blocks, if you follow me on Twitter, you might found out that most of our blocks are despite having a block time of 2 seconds, are half filled, 3/4 filled, almost filled. And that's what the scale and the adoption that Polygon has achieved. And as I was saying, to achieve what we currently have, definitely there are some things that we kept in mind to make things happen. First of all, that Polygon should be fully EVM compatible. And that's what is currently happening. It is fully EVM compatible, and assets are secured on the Ethereum network, and we have a high user experience. And that leads us to such kind of statistics that we are trying to show you right now. And that's the reason why people talking about Polygon, because for example, when they first time try Aave from Ethereum, they try it on their version deployed on Polygon, they test it, and they find out that once they have moved the liquidity to Polygon, they can do things, play around with it without any issues, without any problems. Not just the DeFi whales, but also the retail people who want to try DeFi can now do that, because the transaction fees is not something like $100 or $200. It is something like $0.0001, and it is very, very fast and quick. Sometimes even the dApps pay for the transactions that happen on the Polygon network, and that's only possible with the POS Plasma hybrid chain approach that we have currently. Right. And that is the reason we have achieved this kind of scale. Again, not to confuse you all, this is our future roadmap, and this is our present. And whatever I'm going to give you a demo of will be our present, which is I'll be deploying my dApp on this particular Matic chain, which will checkpointed and push towards Ethereum. And that's what we'll be, trying to hack in this particular hackathon as well. This is the future, many things launching very, very soon. Cannot disclose more than that. But yeah, definitely stay tuned for that, because these are the problems that currently we thought are definitely a thing that have to be taken care of. And that's why we build this kind of ecosystem. All right, the team, the core team is definitely Ethereum lovers, and DeFi, must say Ethereum veterans from a very long time. Jayanti, Sandeep, Mihalo, and Anurag are all in this space for a very long time. We're definitely very much respected. Our advisors are also Ethereum lovers and Ethereum believers, and they also want to see Ethereum scale to infinity. And yeah, that's why we have all built in this journey to make things happen. All right, building on Polygon. Let's do it. After all my chatter and batter, it's definitely time for us to start building on Polygon. Understand, why developers love Polygon, why we have achieved the scale that you can see right now. Everybody talking about Polygon, because we always have had a developer first approach, and that's what makes us good. So let's go ahead and just do a few things. First of all, we'll be deploying our smart contract on the Polygon chain instead of Ethereum chain. All right. So this is a small remix, thing to deploy all stuff. Just open it. I'll just drink some water and then we'll get started. All right, let's go ahead and deploy on Polygon. So we'll do a couple of things. First of all, this is a remix, simple ERC setter getter contract. Again, I've taken this from Scaffold ETH. All right. So yeah, first of all, let's go to any of the test network. I'm on Goerli, right? Inject Web3, deploy, confirm. I can see things on Goerli Etherscan, and yeah, my smart contract is deployed on Ethereum and things are happening. Now, if I want to deploy the same on something like Matic network, how do we make that happen? First of all, we'll open docs. Okay, docs.matic.network. Go to application development networks and copy the RPC URL that is required. Okay, we'll require this RPC, then we'll require this chain ID, which is okay. We have to go to Mumbai, which is the test network. Okay, we have a main network which is Matic, and then we have a test network which is Mumbai. Okay, Matic mainnet is attached to Ethereum for checkpointing, and the Mumbai test network is attached to Goerli. Okay, on Ethereum. All right. 8001 is our chain ID. So let's just add that as a network. Okay, custom RPC, Matic test network. RPC URL matic dot rpc mumbai dot matic dot today, chain ID 8001, symbol matic, save, add network. Okay, done. So we have this matic test network as well added, right? Again, I'm moving a little fast. You might not be able to follow right now, but please, after the recording is available, please try that at your home, right? So now we are on 8001. You can see this custom network. And now let's deploy our contract on Matic network. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. How easy it is. Just see. No change in the contract. I have not changed anything, right? I have not. I don't have to tweak anything in this particular contract. Just deploy, confirm, and our contract is deployed on the Mumbai networks. If you want to check again, one thing I forgot about is you will need some faucets. Okay, faucets are over here. Just click on the address, type it over here, and confirm, and you'll get some good amount of Matic tokens that are required to do things. I already had some 94 Matic tokens. That's why I didn't have to take that, but you will have to take that. So a little going again, reaching our point. I have deployed my contract after taking some faucets. Now I have this. I want to check whether it is deployed on Matic or not. I'll go to Explorer, Mumbai Explorer .matic.today, and paste this. And see, this is the contract that is deployed 53 seconds ago. All right, so we have our contract deployed on the Matic network, right? And without, I have not touched this, right? This remained the same. This is same as you can find on the Scaffold ETH part. Shout out to all the people who developed this, right? So yeah, this is how you can deploy your contract as you have deployed on Ethereum. Just you have to make some tweaks to deploy it on the Matic network as well. You might be finding that I have to again and again have this custom RPC deployed, and for that again we have this very beautiful team at MetaMask who have made this possible. So let me just go to QuickSwap. And let's say I don't have this network right now. Okay, switch to Matic, right? I just have to, okay, let me go to Ethereum mainnet. So I have to just click on switch to Matic, and Matic network will be added to this network. So this is what you can also do, right? This is what you can also make things happen via. And yeah, this is a tweak that MetaMask has done, right? So you can add that feature, and via one click, your network, which is Matic, will be added. All right. Currently, I am confusing between Polygon and Matic, but they are the same. You can understand them as the same. So Polygon is the chain, and the ticker, the token ticker name is Matic, MATIC. All right. Moving forward, now as we have deployed our contracts on Remix, have Explorer for watching things, faucets for getting some faucets to do things without changing anything in the contract because it is EVM compatible. Now let's move forward and go to Truffle. Truffle, we have to deploy things on Truffle. Truffle is a really nice, neat framework for doing things. Let's try to do that in the Truffle. Okay, so right now I am on Truffle, right? Truffle.js. Here is the SRC sort of code. This is a smart contract. Truffle is a framework, right? Which is connect again. If you want to know more about Truffle, you can go over here. Truffle Ethereum. Very neat and nice docs, for deploying a full web ecosystem over here. These are the docs. You can definitely suggest you to read this, right? How to deploy a full-fledged application from contract, compilation to deployment to everything will be done via Truffle, right? They also give, Ganache CLI for doing that, although we'll not be, that much considering it. Okay, so right now I'm on Truffle. As you can see, I have two contracts, migration and this. I also have a migration script for my tutorial token that I have taken care of, taken into consideration, right? Deployment. This is the deployment thing. Moving forward, I have truffle.js as well, which is a config file basically for doing things. And here, what I have done, again, you have to do nothing. If you want to deploy on a local test network, what you do, this is what comes, right? You just do truffle migrate, dash reset, and it deploys on the local test network, right? Okay, let's do it. Do once. Ganache, CY. Okay. Right, it's on local network. Truffle migrate dash reset, and it will deploy on a local network. And then we'll deploy this on the Polygon network as well. Where to copy this small code snippet that I have taken care of? Only 7 lines have to be changed. Only in truffle.js config file, 7 lines have to be changed, and everything else is taken care of. Where do I go? Truffle deploying Truffle. Here you go. This place. This is the place. Okay. This is the place where you go and change things and make stuff happen. This is where magic happens. Here it is Matic. I have named this Polygon because, changing, right? Things are changing. Our vision is becoming bigger. That's why. Okay, so this is the small piece of code that I've copied and pasted over here, right? And named it Polygon. So you can see here the contract was deployed. Now let me try to do it on the Matic network, right? I have to just change one word, change these 6 lines in the CLI. I have to change just one word, and things again, magic happens. That is the reason why developers love Polygon. It is also called apologies. That's why it is also called, why developers love Polygon. And yeah, that is the reason we have got all adoption, because we are always a developer first approach. Again, moving back, just a second. Let me just switch off my cool. Moving forward. So again, deployed these 6 things. Now let's deploy our contract on Polygon. Truffle. Okay, first I have to do, let's have a new one. Source.env. Now Truffle migrate dash network Polygon dash reset. And let's see if this happens. Cool, things are happening, right? Just 6 lines of change in code and magic happens again, right? Reason why developers love Polygon. Keep saying this all the time. And if you want, you can even see, right? Copy, paste it here. Where do I have to go? Explorer, Mumbai. I have to plot it on Mumbai, right? Yeah. Go over here. See, deployed 25 seconds ago, right? Just changing a few lines of code and you are able to deploy your stuff on Polygon as well. Beautiful, right? Definitely great. But definitely one thing that you might think, which is not a good developer or user experience might be that if a contract or a dApp is deployed on Polygon, then people have to change the network. They have to come to, let's say people have to use QuickSwap, they have to change the network, they have to come to Polygon and then do things. If they are on Ethereum, then things cannot happen where people default are. They have to make some adjustments and do things. So there are two approaches to resolve this. The first is that MetaMask has given via switching to Matic and making things happen. And second, which I'm going to teach you, is the network agnostic transaction feature. Again, going back to our very own docs, network agnostic meta transactions. Okay, here what you do your transactions via relayers. Okay, so your decentralized application has a public private key. For example, this is my public key. Similarly, inside it has a private key and stuff like that. So what I have to do, I have to give my public private key to this relayer, and this relayer does the transaction for me on the blockchain. Biconomy has a very good cool thing known as Mexa SDK, which spins up your own relayer. Just 2 hours into Biconomy, you will understand how to do this via network agnostic relayer transaction based approach. But what you have to do, your dApp will interact with the relayer, and the relayer does the transaction on on Ethereum. Right. So what you have to give, you just have to give your public private key. You don't need to possess Matic for doing your transaction and stuff like that. You just need a public private key, right? And everything happens via relayer. Relayer has all the funds and related things, and they do the transactions on the Matic blockchain. And this particular approach is got very famous nowadays. And yeah, this is gaining a lot of traction. So we will test this out as well. I hope you are excited. I know you cannot give me a shout out right now, but let's get this going as well. Okay, so here we are. So this is the relayer, right? This is the relayer server. Again, I've not used Biconomy for now, but you guys, I would suggest to use Biconomy because it is very easy to do that. You don't have to make your own relayers and do things, right? So first of all, so this is the relayer which I have developed on my own, right? First of all, this is a contract relayer, right? This is a relayer that I've developed right now, making things possible. Source. Okay, so okay, this is okay. Wait. Right. Let me just check if I have closed the other one. Let me close the Ganache first. Okay, this is good to go. All right, right now on this, now go to here. This is the first. Now I'm over here. All right. What I'll do, first of all, bundle these things, for and then deploy it. So first, I have deployed a relayer, right? This is a relayer that exists, ABI JSON, and a relayer, right, which deploys the blockchain over here, right? So this is the first thing, and the second one is this application that I've developed. Right now, you will see that applications don't need to have a different thing to make things happen, right? So again, I can be on Ethereum, I can be anywhere. I can be, let me be on Ethereum. Okay. But still this is connected to Mumbai network, right? I'm on Ethereum right now. I have 0 ETH. Okay. I have 0 ETH. I'm on Ethereum right now. Transfer, sign the transaction. And see, it happens, right? Again, just see very, very clear and very, very carefully. Block hash, let's check it out in Mumbai Explorer, Mumbai Matic Explorer. See, this happened right now, right? So again, this I've copied from here, but let's once again see. I'm on Ethereum mainnet with 0 Ethereum. Again, I'm doing my transactions on Mumbai. This is via network agnostic feature, that cool thing that we have deployed. Transfer, see, no Ethereum required, nothing. Just have to sign my transaction, give my public private key, and magic happens on its own, right? Very cool thing, very, very promising. And that's again one of the favorite features that dApp developers currently are using. So definitely encourage you to use. If you want to just check out this code, I would again suggest you to do that. bit.ly/Matic Workshop. Right, just go over here, and this is the network agnostic, transaction GitHub that we have deployed, and via this only things are happening. Okay, so just test it out over here and you will be cool to go with. Again, this is the best way to make your dApp user friendly. They don't have to have Matic, they don't need to have Ethereum. All they need to have is a public private key and make things happen. So if you want to innovate even more, you can use Burner wallet and make things happen and stuff like that, right? So even people don't have to have MetaMask to do their applications. Something like, they don't realize that they are on Matic, but they are doing the transactions on the blockchain, right? That's what Steve Jobs told, that if you are moving forward with the next web, with the next technology, you cannot compromise on the user experience, right? If you cannot provide a better user experience, it at least has to be the same. And that's where Matic is again moving forward with fast transactions, low gas cost, and this new network agnostic feature that Biconomy has also helped us with. Definitely. Right. Okay, so this is clear. Network agnostic features are clear. Right, now what will you be hacking in the hackathon? Right, some of the cool ideas that people developed in the previous hackathons is what I'm going to present it in front of you right now, and that will give you a good idea to what you can develop. All these ideas are open source. If you want the repos, please tag me or fill me in on my Telegram. Again, how can I? Okay, after this I'll paste in my Telegram ID. If you can see right now, it is Pranav@Polygon, right? So you can fill me in over there, and yeah, just text me whatever repos you require and how to improve it. So one of the cool idea that was developed is a Polygon gas station, right? This is again a very cool thing some of the hackers developed, and this is how cheap it is to do a transaction on Matic. Just compare it with Ethereum gas station. Gas station, how cheap it is, right? Just see. Definitely a difference, right? Currently with a lot of action in the markets right now, people definitely Polygon is a preferred network, I believe, right? Just 1 way transaction, 5 gate transaction, 7.5 gate transaction. On the other hand, 500 gate transactions, right? All right, so this is one of the cool features that you can develop upon. Open source repo, you can just go ahead and try to improve upon it. If you want to do some changes, improve the UI, this is a really cool low hanging fruit for you guys to develop on, right? Second one, Polygon. Okay, wait, Polygon NFT Minter. This is another project that one of the people developed in the hackathons. Again, an open source project, and this is the NFT Minter where people upload their images, put in title and things like that, and they are able to mint their NFTs in real uptime without any what we call as any friction or any kind of those things, right? So yeah, definitely a very cool thing to go forward with. And yeah, if you want a repo, again, all you have to do is go on Twitter and search my name. This is me. I am Pranav, and yeah, you can just move in, and my DMs are open, so you can just message me over there. All right, moving forward, this is the second cool hack, NFT minter that people developed. What you have to do, just upload a file, put in your title, and your NFT is deployed, and you can even see it later on matic.opensea.io. Cool, right? So a very cool thing, right? And this is again a very nice neat marketplace that has been developed in collaboration with OpenSea, and this is a really nice marketplace. Again, you just mint your NFTs and get them listed over here in zero cost. That is what is the beauty of Matic Network, minting an NFT and deploying. Again, you don't have to think on Rarible. If you are there, you have to think whether your art will be valuable or not. But we believe that artists, after displaying their art, should be given that opportunity, right? So that's why minting is free, listing is free on Matic OpenSea. Definitely test this out. If you want, you can even improve upon these features that have been developed by this. A very low hanging fruit. If you want something, you have to develop your own marketplace. This repo is also very much available. If you want, I can let you know some of the bits and pieces of it. You can join that and make this marketplace. So yeah, again, a good place to start and go ahead with. So yeah, these are some of the very, very cool hacks that have been developed in the NFT and gaming space. Now a very important thing that I wanted to discuss, and perhaps the last thing, is the bridge assets. For example, you have some assets on Ethereum, you want to move them to Matic. How do we make that happen? Wallet.matic.network is the place you have to go. Connect to Ethereum. All right, I'm already there. Sign the transaction. See, from Ethereum to Matic to Ethereum. This happens via a bridge, which is known as a POS bridge. More information, if you want, you can just go over here, POS bridge networks. This is the place. Again, but how things happen, first of all, if you have assets on Ethereum, they are logged on Ethereum and they are minted on Matic. If you want them back from Matic to Ethereum, they are burned on Matic and unlocked on Ethereum. And that's how the bridge works. And for you to not interact with smart contracts directly, which might be a little complicated, as Matic being, again, a developer first approach, what we have developed is a Matic SDK. Okay. Okay, let me just show that to you guys. Matic SDK ERC20, right? You can just approve, deposit, and similarly burn and exit. Approve and deposit on Ethereum for moving funds from Ethereum to Matic, and burn and exit from Matic to Ethereum, right? Again, some of the more information is available over here. So this is the way you can move your assets from Ethereum to Matic, Matic to Ethereum, not just ERC20, but ERC721s and ERC1155s as well. Cool, right? So yeah, just see deposits and withdrawals, right? So this is again one more cool hack that I would suggest you to try out. And yeah, so definitely a thing to test upon, and yeah, good to go with, I believe. Okay, so this is all. Again, just to recap a bit, the whatever again. Okay. So with this bridge, one more hack was developed, NFT Polygon NFT bridge, right? Using the Matic JS SDK for ERC721s and 1155, good developers developed this 721 and 1155 asset moving bridge with a very cool UI again, and network agnostic transaction features and stuff like that. So definitely, again, a cool and low hanging fruit. Repos are open if you want to develop upon this particular bridge. Try it out if you are developing an application which also has an embedded NFT marketplace sorts of things. Try it out, take the repo, use this, and make things happen. From Matic to Ethereum, Ethereum to Matic, similar kind of thing, right? Token deposit, receiver deposit, and you will be able to move NFTs from Ethereum to Matic and Matic to Ethereum. Again, a nice and cool hack to try it out yourself. Cool. So again, build on Matic JS SDK. No use of contracts or something like that. All right. So again, just to recap what we have developed, first of all, we have understood what we currently are, what currently Matic network is, the hybrid POS plasma chain that was developed. That was the first thing that we built upon. Then the second thing that we, looked into was our future vision, Polygon, SDK, and layer 2 aggregator and stuff like that. And then we developed something on the hybrid POS plasma chain that was existing. Right, that started with Remix, then we moved to Truffle, then we deployed Ring on Truffle. Then we saw that if you don't want to interact with and have Matic to interact with the blockchain, how can you do that? Via network agnostic features. You can also use Biconomy for that. Then we started with something like NFT Minter. I showed you that. Then the bridge. Then I showed you the Polygon gas station. Explorer is also there. Faucets is also there. Lots of things have been covered. And yeah, Matic is the right place currently to go for. Just hack on it, develop on it. All the things that are required for you to become to make your application full flown are there. Matic JS SDK, bridge, all the things are there. So the ecosystem is already ready by the lovely development team at Polygon or Matic. And so yeah, just test it out. And if you have anything, you can definitely write me a hi on Twitter. If I can put it in the chat, that would be really nice. Yeah, whatever you have, you can paste it over here. Awesome. Any questions? I guess.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Pranav. That was a very fast-paced presentation, and you dropped a lot of knowledge. Love the energy. So yeah, I think there were some questions in the chat from Drew. If you can take a look, he was asking about the gas station. But I think a lot of people are looking at the chart at the moment, so we will probably take a look at your recording.
Yeah, I can give some of the links if required. Yeah, but I was definitely fast because a lot has to be covered. Yeah, this is the link. One again, you have to try. Okay, let me take some questions from the chat. Once Polygon became the multi-chain thing, then the Polygon gas station is really a Matic commit chain gas station, right? Yes. So that will be, again, it is not developed by me or my team at Matic. It is developed by a community, right? So you have to ask them if they want to upgrade. So yeah, again, you can do it on your own as well. You can make a commit, a Polygon thing. So yeah, we have an RGP game. Would deploying it on Matic qualify for the hack? It includes, and yeah, definitely. It again, for DAOs, DAO Horse is also live on Matic. You can try that out as well. But for deploying one-click deployment of DAO on Matic. But yeah, this will definitely qualify. So yeah, I would encourage you, Leo, to test your NFT and DAO thing on Matic. Again, as I've already instructed and given you some info at how easy it is to deploy on Matic. You can test that and try that out. Definitely a cool thing to look forward. If you want some links, okay, I can give you some links as much as I remember. Okay. Matic gas station, Polygon gas station. Here you go. NFT bridge. Here you go. Any other? Okay, documentation. Okay, Matic OpenSea. Here you go. I've already given my Twitter link. Some documentation links. Here you go.
Great. Yeah, I think we don't have any other questions from the audience. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them on Discord or reach out on Twitter to Pranav. Yeah. Pranav, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. And up next, we have a presentation from Brantley Milligan from ENS. We have a bonus bounty from them. Anyone who introduces ENS solutions to their projects can win $150. So stick around, and we'll be back in around 50 minutes. See you guys. Thanks, Pranav.